I don't think you've ever had a contestant like Captain Will. I don't think there's been a ton of contestants that's been on Big Brother over the years and years and years, but I don't think you've ever had someone who is quite like me, who brings the energy, who brings the joy, who brings the love, who's a veteran of 22 years in the service, who got 5 kids, 9 grandkids, who loves this show and is going to bring something way different than that has ever happened before.
Hey B besties, I'm Reality Allie and welcome back to my channel where I talk all things reality TV, but specifically Big Brother. Big Brother is my favorite show and I love it. So what we are doing for this series is talking about each and every house guest that was announced yesterday as a BB27 house guest. We already did Adrian, so if you want to know about Adrian, go look back at my last video. But for this video, we're going to be talking about Cliffton Captain Will Williams. So Will is 50. He is from Charlotte, North Carolina, and he is a college sports podcaster is how they listed him, but we later find out watching his video interview that he actually was from the military, and he does do sports podcasting here on YouTube, but he was retired from the military. So Will is obviously a Big Brother fan. I'm not clear if he's watching the live feeds or not, but he is definitely a Big Brother fan. He mentions a lot of things that lead me to believe that he knows what he's talking about. He is extremely funny, okay? I am very excited for this guy. He's probably my top draft pick for the summer. I'm excited about him personally. I think he's going to give us a lot of really funny moments, especially in the diary room. So let's talk about why he says that he's playing. It's just like a bucket list dream of his. Again, he's clearly a fan. Says it's the cherry on the top of a life full of accomplishments that he's had. He wants to prove that older players can still dominate the game. He's done his research and he knows that if he wins at his age of 50, he will be the oldest house guest to ever win. So he's hoping that he can do that. He says he's going to bring energy, he's going to bring love, he's going to bring joy, he's going to bring wisdom that no one in the Big Brother house is going to have, because he just knows that he's going to be one of the older house guests, if not the oldest house guest. What he says about his game strategy. He says that forming a starting 5, similar to like basketball, is what he's wanting to do. He wants to have 2 men, 2 women, plus himself. Says that he doesn't want any of those people to look like him. He doesn't want any association with them. Like, he wants it to be kind of a secret alliance. If you see me looking down, I'm looking at my notes that I took because there was a lot. These interviews were 2 hours and 30 minutes is what I watched. So, plus I watched RHAP, plus I read Mike Bloom's article, but anyways. Within that 5-person starting 5 alliance, I don't know if he's planning on naming it the starting 5, I don't know, but it would be pretty cool if he did. But the starting 5 alliance that he wants to make, he wants to have a comp beast, a BB superfan strategist, an older ally to relate to, diverse personalities and backgrounds. That's what he's looking for when he's forming that alliance. Says that he will cut allies when he needs to. He's like, it's a game. It's not personal. Everybody knows it's not personal. So I love that about him. I actually made a comment that made me feel like he also might be like Survivor fan as well, because he talked about to just like come on Big Brother to get off the couch, which felt like a nod to Suri, but I don't know. He intends to be the cool old dude, and that's his own words, and I actually really like what he said. He says that there's old people that you just look at them and you're like, yeah, they're old. He was like, I'm not old. He's like, I'm cool old. So he's just planning on being like cool old dude. He wants to be out there playing pool with everybody. He wants to be out in the pool swimming with everybody. He wants to be that old dude that's getting in the mix with everything. Honestly, I think if he can deliver, to me, he seems very similar to Kenny of BB26, or at least what Kenny wanted to be and wanted to do. This could be who Kenny wanted to play like. Like, guys in the military, he's planning on hiding that he's in the military. Actually, like, all the house guests this season are planning to hide who they are. Like I said, he's going to hide his 22-year stint in the military, and instead he's going to just be like, yeah, host a women's basketball podcast. That's all he's going to tell people, he says. When they asked him what his strengths are, he said he's a relationship builder. He talks easily. He connects quickly. He's great at reading the room. That's very important. He says that he's adaptable. Also very important. He says that he can pivot in any situation, handle chaos, thrive under pressure, savvy and life experiences. He says that he manipulate younger players like a puppet master. We'll see. Isn't afraid to be underestimated. Gray hair isn't just a prop, it's real, he says. That's a direct quote. He says that his weaknesses, he claims that he has none, which was a little concerning. He says, and then he was like, not having weaknesses might be my weakness. I was like, what? The thing I just love about this guy is he said that he refuses to let his age hold him back. Doesn't want his age to slow him down. He is slightly concerned about how he will perform in the competitions. But him being former military, I'm sure that he has the physicality, or previously had the physicality, that after a few comps, I could see him getting better and better. So I think we're good with him, especially if we get the crapshoot comps like we did last year, which I think all of us BB Super fans are hoping for. It says that he's coming in ready to win comps, but only when he needs to. He does not intend on just winning comp after comp after comp. One, he's concerned that he can't win some of the physical comps, and two, because he knows. He obviously has watched Big Brother. One of the few that I saw say that, had a lot of people this year that evidently have only watched some of Big Brother and haven't watched every single season. And I'm starting to realize that that's going to be more common. Now we're on our 27th season. Of course, there's going to be a lot more people that have seen like seasons, which is valid, right? If you've watched the last 10 seasons, I think you've seen enough to know how to play Big Brother. He wants to play a really smart game, but he doesn't care about being flashy about it. He's okay with being covert. Understands the value of information and secrecy in the house, so he says he's going to keep his lips sealed. He wants to actually walk the walk after years of being a BB armchair quarterback, is what he called it. He calls himself the coolest cat in the room. When he talks about his personality, he's calling himself the coolest cat in the room. Refers to himself as, like I told you before, a veteran, a podcaster, father of 5, a grandfather of 9, life experience for days, he says. Loves a joke, loves to storytell, and I can tell just by watching him that he's a wonderful storyteller. He's going to fit in with these young kids so well, and there are quite a few young kids in this cast. I think that he has the ability to play the game with a little bit of swag, a little bit of charm, but like he's telling us he wants to be the cool old dude. I believe him. Just in watching this one interview with him, I believe that he's the cool old dude. Like, I believe that if I was in that house with him, I'd be cutting up. I'd be cutting up with him daily. There's another house guest. Her name is Mickey. I could see him and Mickey working together really well. I think that with her personality and his personality, she's a little bit more low-key, but she's in it to win it. He's a little bit more high-strung, but also in it to win it. I think their personalities will balance, but you're gonna have to let me know what you think about that combo in the comments. They asked some of these house guests about like a hero versus a villain. That came up, like, was a big theme in these questions, which was interesting. I wrote down for him that he thinks that he's a hero with a twist. He said that he's not coming in there to be like dad or the counselor of the season. He's coming in to run the game. He thinks that he'll win people over with his humor, his wisdom, and his confidence. Oh, so some of the things that he's super excited about, he said that he's really excited to be zinged by Zingbot. He can't wait to get home so that his kids and his grandkids can like him up about it. Loves costumes. He can't wait to have a costume. Like, I could see this guy giving like $5,000 prize during the rewards comp to someone else so that he could wear the punishment costume, like wants to be in that costume. He said that him and his wife dress up in costumes all the time, and recently he would dress up as a pimp. Oh, loves Marvel themed comics, so he's really excited about I don't think he could remember the name of it, but he was talking about the comic comp. He was like, the one where you like back and forth. I was like, oh yeah, comics. He truly is excited to play, and he's ready to embrace everything BB has to throw at him. He is the type of player that whether he wins or loses, I will probably be rooting for him to stay in the house as long as possible. Similar to Izzy Gleischer of BB25. She enjoyed herself so much. Even though she wasn't able to win the comps, it didn't matter. She enjoyed being in the comps. She enjoyed being in that house. She enjoyed playing everything that Big Brother had to throw at her. She even enjoyed being on slop, like in a weird way. No one enjoys it, but she enjoyed that experience of being a have-not. Guy is going to be like that. He even made a comment of like being in the military was good training for him, he thinks. So this is going to be my final thoughts on him. I guess I've counted in my final thoughts. He says that his training of being in the military is going to be really good for him because there's going to be people sitting around that are like, it's cold in here and I'm tired and I miss my family. And he was like, y'all knew what you signed up for. I love that about him. And that leads me to believe that he is the type of guy that he's not going to float. He's going to be playing the game. He's going to be enjoying his time there. I just hope he doesn't do anything early on that screws him over. He says that he understands how to keep secrets, but I fear if something doesn't mesh when he's trying to form that initial alliance, because there's a lot of young guys in here. And if he's trying to get 2 of these men and 2 of these women, I think the women will be cool with him. I think the other men, if he goes for some of the younger guys, I don't know. It just depends on how the other personalities mesh. Like, kind of hope he doesn't pull Isaiah in, because when you see my video on him, you'll know why. Overall, I think he's going to be playing with it, using his life experience. I think he's going to have a lot of charisma, and I think he's going to be really enjoyable to watch no matter how long he stays. I think that the people that aren't watching the live feeds, the casual viewers, I think they will really like him and be really sad whenever he does go, unless he wins. He might win. You never know. I think it would be cool to see somebody that's 50 years old win the game finally. That would be a really cool moment. But that's everything I have to say about Captain Will. Oh, the other thing I wanted to say is I don't know if he's planning on calling himself Captain Will or not, but I don't know how he will explain that if he's not going to tell everybody that he's in the military. So we'll see. So that's everything I have to say about Captain Will. Let me know your thoughts on him in the comments below, and head over to my TikTok account where I'm going to be giving you live feed updates in the moment, live action. I will also be giving you live feed updates daily, 1 video a day, or at least one. I'll cover each day. You'll have something about each day of Big Brother, whether it's going to be like 2 and 3 combined. It might happen sometimes, especially later on in the season when the feeds get slow. But anyways, that's all I have to say today. See you later, BB besties. Bye.